Good morning, our sub-regional director, national leaders, Blessed Central families, and my fellow second generations. You're welcome again to another episode of our HJ Talk Show. And here with me today, we have our lovely brother, Godwin Nkanta from Nigeria, and his beautiful wife, Anjong from Benin Republic. And they are going to be our lovely guests today. So please say hi to the audience, say hi to the camera.
Hello.
To my wife. Okay, so before we begin, you know me, and we always like to have a glass of wine or something to just light up the environment. So I'll just say, let us cheers and have a sip.
Oh, the Nigerian
situation.
Yes, we
finally you're in the hot seat today. Cheers.
Cheers. Or
yeah.
Oh, she's cracking.
Okay. Asking these questions just makes me feel like so happy because you're my friend and my brother also, like we grew up together. So I just want to ask, like, what does the blessing mean to you as the second generation?
Well, to me, the blessing is it's kind of like a victory for parents, it's a victory for my family, it's a victory for me personally, and more than that, it's kind of like a stepping stone from being just a boy to be man. Now you are a husband. You're not just thinking about yourself. So it's a huge step for me. That's kind of what the blessing is.
Okay, so for you, blessing is like a victory for you, your family, and for true parents, right? Okay.
Yes.
That's very wonderful. Okay, growing up, before the blessing, we had like expectations of what we want our blessings to look like or what we want our spouse to be like. So I would just want to ask both of you, like, did you have any expectations before, going for the blessing? And can you please like share with us what those expectations were?
Okay, hello everyone. Before the blessing, even before the matching process, I had some expectations, criteria about my future husband. And honestly, Nigeria was like at the very end of the list because
Wow.
Because Nigeria is not well viewed. It's not a country that is really well viewed, But before the matching process, before we had the call from his family, we were just at the end of a 40-day condition. So it was really spiritual. So I didn't focus on my expectations or my selfish desires. And I think that my husband is way better than what I expected. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay, Godwin.
Did I have any expectations? To be honest, I didn't really have much because my mind wasn't even in the blessing in the first place. So there wasn't really like a criteria for me, like, oh, I want my wife to be like this, she should be like this, she should have these qualities, that qualities. Because initially the blessing, it was, for me, the blessing happened kind of by, let's say, almost by accident, really. So because of that, it was like there wasn't much criteria in my head because I wasn't even planning for it at the time. It just kind of happened, and it was like, oh wow, I have a wife now, so we just have to just go with the flow, I guess.
Okay. Wow. Okay. From what I could gather, Godwin, for you, it was like taking a leap of faith. You didn't really go in with, oh, I want this,
Yeah.
right? Okay. And for Anjong, she had her expectations, but, she had to put, like spiritual things first, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's very beautiful answer. Okay, my question is to Anjong, that what were the processes you took, that made you to be successfully blessed and matched this year, this 2023?
Okay, the processes.
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, we made many spiritual conditions, especially with our parents. We were really connected. And like he said, me also, I was not really prepared for that. I didn't know that I will go on the blessing 2023 this year. So it was kind of a spiritual, how can I say? It was really spiritual. So the condition really helped us to have a successful blessing.
Okay, that's very good. So basically, you focused on the spiritual aspect of it. You didn't just look at the physical. You were vertically connected. You connected with your parents. You united with them, and we are seeing the results today, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's very beautiful. Okay, Mr. Godwin, how has the blessing impacted your life, spiritually and physically? I can say you've been blessed for some months now, right? Few months now. So how has that like changed your life spiritually and physically?
Spiritually, it's been really good because I would say honestly, my life of faith was a bit rough. Should I say between the years of 2020 to about 2022. Not in the sense that I was not participating in activities, I was, but truly didn't feel. I just did it because I was asked to, not necessarily because I enjoyed it, but being with Anjong, she helps me to understand why it's important that I do these things. Whether it's little thing, and it goes a long way. It's not just it can go from like little things, like waking me up from Hunduke, reminding me about conditions that we have to do, basically steering me in the right direction. So it's kind of been a step for me. Yeah, it's been a step for me spiritually. And physically, how do I even say it? Physically, I think she feeds me more. I don't eat very well. I don't eat a lot.
Okay.
So
Wow.
she feeds me way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
Thank you, Anjong, for taking care of our brother. Thank you.
So yeah, yes, physically, that's how I've been impacted.
Okay.
No, it's funny because before I came here, I didn't see anything.
Wow. So like basically she had and physically she's keeping you healthy. That's the whole package right there, right? Well, thank you.
She keeps me healthy.
Okay. This question is for both of you. Okay. When we are going to the blessing, we can't deny the fact that there are qualities that we are looking for in the next person. And there are also qualities that we want to develop in ourselves also before we embark on this blessing journey. So I would just like that you advise the other second gen to get for themselves first. Did you get the question?
What kind of advice would I like to give to other people that want to get the blessing?
Yeah, what like the advice, like what quality should they get for themselves first, and then what quality should they look for in the future spouse? Yeah.
First of all, I'd say you should build your life of faith.
Okay.
That's like the spiritual parts. Because initially, I always felt like, if you had money, everything is kind of balanced now. But the truth is, you can have money and still not have a very happy marriage life, which is why it leads us back to our life of faith. So your life of faith needs to be in check.
Okay.
And, other than life of faith, if life of faith is what you're building in yourself, then obviously you should also find it in your partner too. Maybe your partner's life of faith might not be as strong as yours. That's where you have to help him or her to also grow. So two of you can progress at the same time. So yeah, that's kind of it. If there's any advice I'd like to give to those that want to go for a blessing, I'll just tell them that ask a lot of questions.
Okay.
Ask a lot of questions because it was really confusing to me too, because they had these different conditions you had to do. You had to do that. So you really, really take your time to study the whole list of what's required of you. And then I think my last advice I would give to especially the guys that are good at kind of scared or feeling a bit left out is that there is no such thing as the perfect time to go for the blessing. It doesn't exist. It's just something that we formed so that we could run away. The perfect time, once you're old enough for the blessing, anytime is the perfect time. As soon as possible is always the perfect time. So that's the advice I have to give to my brothers and sisters also. Yes.
Okay. Anjong, do you have anything to add?
He almost said everything, but I would advise filial piety because it's really important. When you're not connected to your parents, to true parents, and you focus on your own desire, then it will not work. And also you have to be disposed. How do I say this? You have to accept to be fashioned by your partner.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, thank you very much. So what I could gather from this was, number one, you have to focus and try to build your life of faith. You should, have filial piety. And as Godwin said, like, once you are of age is the perfect time for you. You don't have to wait until you have like $1 million in your account before you go for the blessing. Once you have your life of faith in check, you have filial piety. And also he said we should make research, to understand the process. So yeah, thank you so much for that advice. Okay, we are down to our last question. And I feel like you ask friends who are still single and of age, like, what is your advice for us? Like your words of encouragement for us?
She's saying, like, what kind of words of encouragement do you have for the singles? How do you want to?
It's good for both of you, Andrew and Nkanta.
Go for the blessing, or don't be afraid. Don't be scared.
So
just go.
Just go, guy. Like, nobody will. It's really not that scary. I mean, it is. It is scary, but
it's scary.
That's scary.
It's scary, yes.
And
you have a partner.
Yeah.
And you can build. Even if you share the same vision, you will go together, grow together. So I think it's nice to go early.
To go early.
Yes.
It's really important that you get blessed early, because if you get blessed late, you kind of wasted some years that you could have used building yourself, because you won't really know your flaws. You think you know your flaws until you actually have a partner that will tell you have so and so problem and you need to work on it. You won't really know until you get blessed. And as for the scary parts, I don't know, man. Just wing it. Like, just do it, because there's no secret formula to the thing. You have to be extremely anxious. Yeah, extremely normally. During my blessing, I was anxious as well. But you just kind of figure it out. I just realized that, and I think one thing that people tend to misunderstand is that they think that once you're blessed, you are now like husband and wife. You are like, how do I say it? You begin family immediately, whereas it's more like we are still in school. I still go to school. I'm still doing my classes. She too, she goes to school. We have our classes. I have a job. She's working. We're kind of like, we're still figuring things out. It's not like everything is perfect. So don't be afraid to like take the leap of faith. This Kingsley I'm looking at, because he's the only guy that is here in this like camera. You get, so don't feel like, if I get blessed now, it's I will feed my one. No, don't think about it. Don't worry, it will come. That's how blessings work. You're not supposed to know when it will come. So anyway,
so you're just telling us we should do it scared and we'll figure things out.
Just go for it.
Just jump. Just dive right in.
Okay. Wow, this has been a very interesting HD introduction section, and I would like us to cheers for the last time. I even forgot that we had our drinks right here. That's how interesting it was. So, like
the recession, we don't,
so cheers. And
You're in school now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm in school.
Yeah.
So like hearing this from you guys, have kind of like giving me a little bit of morale. So yeah, and I hope
Really
our
ginger,
audience also.
yeah. Mr.
Okay,
Ginger.
well, thank you so much, Godwin and Anjong, for this beautiful talk show. And I hope that if we invite you next time, you will come, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
sure.
No, well,
Okay. So thank you, and we have come to the end of our HJ talk show. Goodbye.
goodbye.